out our link to some people.
Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Lunch Zone. This week, I am David Kutchik, and I am the player of the game this week. I'm a PhD student here at UW Milwaukee, and I'm joined by two lovely people in voice chat.
I am Morgan Forbush. I am a cultural anthropology master's student. And yeah, I am a watcher today.
I am Ren. I'm a master's student in English here at UWM, and I do not have any reins on anything in my life. Haha.
I already made a rain pun in the title, so hopefully everything is quiet overall. Okay, I will move some things up. Morgan and Bren, I will make sure your mics are up on my end as well.
Bap. Bap.
Okay.
I'm loving that screen resolution, by the way. 14 by 1050 is that's a weird number right there.
It fits on the screen. That's what matters.
14 isn't 14 by that's like not 4K, that's like 2K or something like that.
Yeah, it's something weird. I chose whatever would work. Before
Yeah, fair.
before we get into the game, I'm going to read our land acknowledgement. So we acknowledge that in Milwaukee, we live and work on traditional Potawatomi, Ho-Chunk, and Menominee homelands along the southwest shores of Michigami, part of North America's largest system of freshwater lakes, where the Milwaukee, Menominee, and Kinnickinnic rivers meet, and the people of Wisconsin's sovereign Anishinaabe, Ho-Chunk, Menominee, Oneida, and Mohican nations remain present.
I
Cool.
All right.
PhD Sim, let me know if things are still quiet for you. Um, I'm going up in the red in my microphone, so I want to make sure it's not making it crazy for you. Sounding better. Cool.
We are watching and monitoring chat in general for anybody who wants to ask questions or be a part of this.
Yeah, for anybody
oh
who wants to ask me about anything, I will gladly chat. Okay, so I haven't played Reigns in like 4 years. I bought it way back when, and there's actually been like a whole bunch of um, different versions of the game. There's like a Game of Thrones version. There's a whole bunch of different versions. But basically, what it is it'll give you a kind of task overall. So like for me, my task right now is to govern for at least 5 years, and that's kind of your task, your main goal of a certain playthrough of the game. And that's the first thing you need to do and to like focus on.
So is it
And
like a roguelike with where you're a roguelike government sim?
what's roguelike again?
As in procedurally generated, it requires
Yes.
multiple playthroughs. The
Yeah.
playthroughs have some sort of stacking function for at least the player, if not the game as well.
Yeah. So it is like that, definitely. And I think because the year in the top right corner is 603, because I'd played this before. I've played this for a while, so it's not like the first time. On your first playthrough, you start at zero, year zero, and it's basically kind of like you play as the ruler, and then like when you die, then you start again as a new ruler, but like for the next cycle, it's still within like the same through line, like temporally of the series. So like you do play with like you end up playing with like different packs of cards. You do end up playing like depending on your choices, right? It procedurally generates them differently, but but overall, it's still kind of in that same temporality where it's all like the same kingdom, but and the same like ruling dynasty, but just different versions of it.
okay.
So the main thing you need to do is to complete like your task in the right hand corner, lower right hand corner here. And then you also want to keep track of these four measurements at the top. And so on the far left is religion. Basically, this is very historically situated, like a medieval style, like many games. So the religion and basically like the Catholic Church is one thing you have to balance. If it ever gets too low, then like the church comes after you, and if it gets, and you want to keep it high but not too high where they take over.
David, I wasn't expecting some sort of Spanish Inquisition.
And then there's also the second signal here is your human population, and whether or not they like you. You don't want it to get too low either.
You don't want the peasants to rebel.
You don't want the peasants to rebel. And then the third is the sword, which is like your military army. You don't want it to get too low, or else like you'll get invaded. And then the last one is money, where you don't want to, have such low funds that you can't control your economy. So those are all things you have to balance, as well as just like completing the story and doing your main task. And the main mechanic is you basically typically only have two choices, and it's either you go to the left or to the right. So I haven't played this in a long time, so the Spirit of the Fallen is probably something I should know. But it is asking me if I'm the young king. Should I say yes or no?
Why lie? This is Hamlet, right?
Am I the...
Chat says yes.
Chat says yes. All right, chat.
Dude,
I'm deferring
plays
to you.
Reigns?
Yes. So you're the one who usurped my throne and sent me to rot to this dungeon to rot for eternity. I kind of want to say yes.
It would be much more like a, oh, so you're the one that killed me. Yep.
Yes. Well, you're in charge of the mess now. Good luck with that. They're all pretty crazy. You will see.
You'll see. They're all crazy.
Who or what? I'm going to say who.
Yeah.
Just try to keep it balanced.
That doesn't answer the question.
It's interesting, and sometimes they'll do this too, where like it's just a statement, and then you'll get to say yes or no, but it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's not like you're answering like a question. So it's fun. It's fun how like sometimes they'll just like give you questions that aren't really questions, and then it's like that illusion of choice. It also makes you really think like, is what's interesting about mechanics like this, where like sometimes your choice matters and sometimes your choice doesn't, is that it kind of always makes you a little bit like on edge, because you're like, is this a choice that matters or not? At least that's how I encounter it.
Well, it's interesting. I think different games set up that same system in different ways, right? Like, I have played games where the preponderance of choices don't matter, but because the choices that do matter are meaningful enough, every choice feels like it matters. But when you have the opposite happen, you have a game where most of the choices don't really feel consequential. Even if they do matter, you can become kind of apathetic to them. It really is, I think, in some ways, the minor aspects of, like, the characterization of the action of making choices is more important than the choices themselves in some respects.
Yeah. So PhD Simulator asks you if there are different outcomes. So and a decision like this, you'll see at the top, it has like little buttons or little symbols above the two people, or the two the different symbols on the top, depending on what I choose. So I should organize, this guy's saying I should organize a curfew. The street of the capital are not safe at night. And so it's going to, we don't know whether positively or negatively, we just know it's going to have a net impact based on my decision. So if I choose yes, I'm probably going to have less money, and that's like a big dot. But I'll probably also have more of an army, and that's a small dot. So like it is partly guessing and partly like kind of having an idea of mind of what you're going to do.
So you have a metric, but you don't know what that metric means.
Yeah, and I think as you go throughout the game, if you like befriend certain people, or if I remember correctly, like if you do certain things, you then like get a visionary basically that helps you see what it is. But anyway, should I organize a curfew?
You're trying to stay in power. It's this feudalist society. It would be on brand. That's all I could say.
I think your peasants would be angry with the curfew, but
Oh yeah.
Let's do no. The peasants didn't like the peasants wanted to have a curfew apparently.
Oh,
Well, that's interesting.
apparently you had a lot of bandits that I didn't know about.
Huh. So those act as health bars as well, I could see
Yeah,
in
basically.
the UI. That's fascinating.
I would like to conduct a mass to the memory of your father. I would say yes.
You can't say no to the Pope.
I mean, you can. They'll just excommunicate you. It's fine.
No. How can you say no to anybody who drives a car like that? Yes, I realize I'm putting the car back into feudalist times, but it's perfect. What a perfect car. A PhD simulator asks, is this your full interface for the game? Are you only ever making choices in a binary or some other, relatively similar decision structure?
Yes.
Interesting.
Are you only going to answer questions from chat in a binary fashion from now on, David?
No. There are. I love this new one. I love this new one. There are too many people to execute. I need help from the army. I'm gonna say yes.
Oh my god! Hey, you did it! You completed your first task. Everything else is just icing on the cake.
So someone who reigns is someone who's asked a lot of yes or no questions. Maybe. The folks of a remote village are teaching their children to spit on the king's madness. Should we make an example? I'm gonna be a little evil. I'm gonna say yes. Beggars are invading our streets. Let them be or throw them out. I'm gonna let them be.
Yeah.
Would you like a hug? Yes.
Yeah. What? Why was I gonna?
That lowered my war power. That's rude.
You were seen as, not as a party or whatever.
Yeah.
Not a man.
I have a gift for you in
Rude.
one of my hands.
Boar hat, loose tongue. I like, this is a small little thing, but I think it's cool to be this. It's a cool way to mix with or mess with the yes or no. So you can choose right or left, but the right choice is the left hand, and then the left choice is the right hand. And I just think that's cool because it's like the court jester. I'm going for the left. Thank you, Ati. I'm going for the left. No! I got a dead bird.
Well, I'm glad that they mediated Shakespearean clowns into this game. How nice of them. I'm sure that's a bad omen as well.
I am... Oops. Here. I'm going to try sharing the game with y'all so you can see it.
Please, let's
in real time.
It's all appreciated.
Applications.
Sure, it's a cat. Yes. I mean, the gesture would be deeply improved by being a cat. This is true. I like the name. Oh, I like the venting and stuff. That's cute. It's very good.
The soldiers' wages are too low. I should pay them, but also I'm gonna die. I'm gonna pay them.
I think you should pay them.
Merchants and nobility now run everything.
Oh,
so
man.
I just died.
The end of your reign is capitalism. Yep. Take that, David.
Yep.
You just got fucking ousted by Bill Gates.
So Robert the Young now is dead. So now I'm going to be Harry the Second King. So this time I need to win a duel, recruit the doctor, and meet the devil.
Ooh, am I gonna get to pull out my weird obscure knowledge of early modern plays?
Are you the young king? I'm gonna say not again. Oh, so now they're doing some narrative building.
Yeah.
I know we've already been through this before. That's our curse. And I'll say I don't understand. We will remember each and every king of this dynasty, every compromise, every death for ages.
Interesting. Oh, this reminds me of a Blind Guardian song that I can't remember.
I wonder how mechanical this is, right? Because it says, oh, well, you can forget. But does that mean going back? Like, are we rewinding the game clock if we do that? Or are we talking about, like, a less mechanical forgetting, you know, because it seems
Yeah.
like the way this game functions is let's create a tree of binary options, and then by stacking binary options ad infinitum and playing with values, we generate complexity.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. It's an interesting visualization of computing, actually. But it you know runs amok of like some of these questions of like, okay, well, what is it? What do these complex ideas mean? They seem inapproachable when the only choice I can make is yes or no.
Yeah, it's this interesting thing where you have the arc of the story, right, occurring not only across individual choices but also across like brackets of choices. Right, because like if we think of a bracket of all these choices as like when you die, right, and there's this like idea that the devil can somehow like maybe change this somehow, and there's like this character that like sees the overarching narrative of all of these choices you're making, also messes with that a little bit too. Sometimes the role of the king is just foisted upon you. I love it. Should I kill this woman who is claiming that I have her son? Well, I'm gay, so I'm just gonna bring her in and let her live a good life.
Oh, there you go. You had an error.
Congratulations.
The son is here to stay. Let's do it. What do you want to do with this income? Should I share it? I ran out of money last time, so I'm just gonna keep it all for me.
Probably a good idea here.
Agree.
Yeah. My lord, a good doctor just saved the life of my nephew. He's a bit of a magician. Ooh.
Oh, you're gonna get some alchemists up in here.
Yeah, get him in there. That's probably the doctor. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, and so now I unlocked a new deck of cards.
That's interesting. So I had taken the card game portion of this for granted and just been like, okay, well, that's just an interface choice. It's not like meaningful to the game environment. But clearly, certain choices bring you expansion packs, which is just suggests that, you know, it's not just a binary set of options, but a kind of roulette of binary options. I wonder if they printed a physical version of this game.
I don't know.
I feel like that'd be too like difficult to imagine. Like there's like story building games. It would be cool. It would be really neat to see if you could. But it'd be so hard to get those complex interactions and telling that kind of story or whatever.
Honestly, I don't think it would be a bit of a printing challenge, but I don't think it'd actually be that hard to mediate it physically. I mean, it would resemble something of a punch card system, you know? If yes,
be like,
put the dole in and then shuffle.
It would kind of be like a, you know that game? At least my mom taught me this game, where you have a deck of cards and you flip through, you count one, like 1 to 8 or 1 to king as you're flipping through a deck of cards, and if you land on the same number you're counting on the card, you have to start over again. It could be like one of those kind of things where you're flipping through the card, going back and forth, and it'll tell you the answer, whatever you pick. And then over time, you get this weird amalgamation of a deck, like, oh, take this out because you've lost that now. Take this out and stuff. So you could do it that way.
I mean, and here you're playing against kind of the environment, right? Your antithesis is, oh, well, you know, there's limited resources and you can't manage for every contingency, etc. You know, you are the institution attempting to right itself constantly.
Yeah.
But there is some interesting kind of space in this kind of rolling of physical cards where you could kind of create a sort of institution versus, like, I could see a multiplayer mode arising out of a physical deck,
Okay.
you know?
Okay. This is all a great conversation and I love it and we should continue it. But more importantly, Gottfried thinks our flag should be changed because it's really not fashionable, and I agree. So let's do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, obviously fashionable. So.
A brown spade on a gray sky.
It matches everything else, and everybody seems to. Oh wait, you can see more of them if you say something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something else.
You're in a recursive loop.
A red
cross
cross
on-
on a golden field.
Oh, that kind of sounds cool. I mean, it's a little bit religious, but
And I'm okay with my religion right now. I'm gonna do something else. An orange cannon on a green canvas.
Your military is kind of low, so maybe that's
what I'm
So
gonna do.
you're choosing the iconography that will characterize your institution's primary modus operandi. That's interesting. This game is like got a lot of depth in it. There's so much to kind of talk. There's so much to talk about here. Wow.
There's so much.
We could spend the month on this.
Here, that was a line. You bought it with great satisfaction. Well done. I don't know what that means.
I'm sure
yes.
I'll just say yes.
That's a power move, knowing it's a lie and saying yes anyway. Oh, hey,
Ron
it's Genghis
the
Khan.
Fierce. Large threatening gesture directed at you. I'm gonna say I.
Nice, Godfrey.
I love it. Also, somebody clip my witch laugh there. He says that your country is beautiful and would like to cuddle
stream
you.
deck. It'll be a soundboard gesture.
I feel like if he wants to cuddle me, he might try to stab me, but I'm gonna say sure. Okay, so Gottfried Reith really doesn't understand.
Sigh. That's hilarious.
Poor Gottfried.
PhD Sim, designing a syllabus for one of my seminars. I think I'm gonna add this game to talk about contingency emotion. That honestly sounds awesome. This game is super fun. it's fun because right. It's very tongue in cheek, while also like developing contingencies that you, because the main goal of it is to like survive as long as you can. You can sometimes maybe choose to like play it instead to like try to get as humorous of things as possible rather than to live as long as possible. Right. And so it affords different styles of play, even though it is just like on its face, like a yes, no kind of game.
Yeah.
This reaction charmed the barbarian. Oh, he looks sad. I'm going to comfort him. I don't know if I should give him a horse, though. He might be doing a horse and pony show, as it were.
That is the question.
His bottom is hurting from all the riding.
That sounds reasonable.
Your kingdom for a horse. Oh, okay. And now I'm in a loop. Now I'm in a recursive loop. So, because I didn't do that, we're now back to the part where it says the mouse is orange. And I'm gonna sigh again. Interesting, but the loop didn't return back to where I was before, because before, right, so the first time that I sighed and he was happy about it, he then was like sad and I comforted him, but now he's laughing. So it is like kind of a loop, but not really a loop. I wonder how they like form all of these structures, right? And how they can, because I feel like it can't just be randomly generated all the time.
No,
like there has to be a logic behind this.
Yeah, this is like I guarantee you on the back end of this is a lot of matrices. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
No, this, don't get me wrong, like is this a beautifully elegant game that has like some really incredible ways of teaching out, you know, some of these basic ideas about computing and logics, yeah. But I bet on the back end, it's an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it, though. I bet I can't make sense or head's tail of it.
I'm back at the mouse is orange again. Okay.
These are kind of like loop-de-loops, where they're kind of loops, but they're also have different outcomes and things.
Yeah.
Well, there are different like possible outcomes that can arise from any given decision until you reach an end condition for the loop, right?
Yeah.
So the way this kind of keeps the way, from what I can tell, is it probably has a program set of possible cards that you can end on, and once it precurse that, and so the result is you want to like the loop ends when you reach one of those possible conditionals, as opposed to the loop ends when you reach the end of whatever linear string the loop is within.
Speaking of get-ins in the chat, I have time is the hero shield and space is the fool's sword. I'm gonna do that.
It's very like so many thoughts about quote institutions and orthodox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's not just because the Pope's here.
He's
It's
looking
not
for a
just-
bin to dispose of his spoiled dinner, so let's put the meat in the bin. I feel like I should answer with gibberish, but
I think that insults him. I think
yeah,
you want
that's
a
what I
different
thought.
outcome.
But I think
Yeah.
that leads me back into this loop here.
Well, you could try telling him something you didn't tell him. Like, try something else to break the loop. That would be my suggestions. There you go.
Ooh. Yes. Oh no! The following day, the Eastern Baronies tried to invade our country. Okay.
Ah, well.
Oh, so are these? So he was a spy.
At 5% interest.
No, because they're gonna come back and bite me in the butt.
Yeah, you're getting
Hey,
loaned.
I know about the payday loan scandal. So. General convention has been seen in the Queen's bed. Who do you want to execute? The general. No. No.
No.
All right, a covenant of nuns has started meowing like cats. I kind of want to say, why would I care? The
Oh,
nuns kept meowing
Jesus.
for ages. In the end, the church declared them heretics and burnt down the convent.
Jeez. It's interesting that each card or sequence of cards is a year as well. I mean, I'm not really sure where to go with that, but it's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm playing a game. I'm pretty sure I won. You don't want to raise the stakes while we still can.
Maybe this is how you manage to meet the devil. I haven't a clue.
I raise you. Show me. No.
Oh, you got 7.
I unfortunately have to feed the army.
Yeah.
Ooh, I governed for at least 20 years. Okay, we would like to build a school and the capital for the enlightenment of the people. No, because I have no money. Oh no!
Yeah, you died
Yeah.
to capitalists again. Damn it. Damn it, David. Stop letting the capitalists take
I'm just
over.
I'm so socialist with my thoughts that I just can't handle it.
Ah,
So I
Thomas, I thought
sti-
you couldn't come here today.
He was the third king.
Oh.
So now I need to win a duel, meet the devil, and meet the witch. Ooh. Oh, a dog. I'm following him.
Yeah.
Do I enter the caravan? I feel like it's a trap, but I'm doing it anyways. Oh, a seer.
Hmm.
Laying down on the floor, the mark of secrets on his forehead.
Ooh.
Carry on.
Tut.
No, you're a crook. The harvest is a nightmare. People are famished. Please, sire, decrease the taxes. I'm just gonna say yes. Dang it!
Well, what did you expect? The taxes fund everything.
I know.
This is feudalist society. You can't tax yourself. You're the king. You deserve all the money.
It's true.
Yeah.
Would I be a lion? No. Would I be a scorpion? No. Would I be a gazelle? No. Oh! I'm none of those three. Okay, I met a strange lady well versed in the ancient arts of plants and dreams. Yes, please.
you meet the witch.
And I got some new cards.
Yes, very nice.
I'm Lady Karkavia. I can help you understand the laws and nature and the limits of humankind. That sounds useful.
Does sound pretty useful.
Oh, justice. There we go.
What? One of your decisions will kill thousands of innocents. I like how it's which one or no.
It's the justice. I like that. Well,
Oh!
well then.
Oh my god.
That sound.
Yeah, well, you did accomplish a goal. I'm sorry, Thomas. Your reign was not very effective.
Yeah. I'll have to tell him when I go to our meeting today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Darn.
So now I have to make like Eminem and lose myself.
Mom spaghetti.
I will. So I need to recruit a new general, or we will be overwhelmed. Yes. Fear the blackbird. It won't bring any good news. No.
No. I will not fear no blackbird.
Yeah. If it's the devil, I have to meet the devil. It's on my checklist.
Yeah. It's on my to-do. Haven't you seen my itinerary? I'm the king.
A ship has been quarantined. It may be the plague. I feel like we should quarantine the port.
Yeah. Well, do you want to trump or do you not want to trump? This is your call.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
We decided not to.
Our catapults have been sabotaged. Find the traitors. I'm gonna lose again. That's okay. While digging for gold, we found the entrance of a strange crypt, a very scary one with ghostly voices and foul smells.
Yeah, I would go. That sounds fun.
Let's go.
All right, so now we're in the dungeon.
Fun.
Ooh, a new loop. Fun.
So it looks, there's no way, I have to do this quickly because those are decreasing all the time.
Okay.
There we go.
So how does the combat work here? Can you explain?
I have no idea. Well, I think it's depending on my action. I either like move forward, I like attack, or I defend, or I move backward, is what it looks like. So like I'm too far away to attack him right now. It looks like, so I'm gonna choose the other one to like defend.
Gotcha. So the top is
There we
essentially just a field of play that you're engaging with, and the bottom is a set of pieces of language which allow you to either attack or defend based on your choices.
And I'm just going through this quick because I'm gonna die soon.
Yep.
Your foot hurts. Fun fact.
Yeah, it's important.
Nope.
So I guess you won't get ended. Your kingdom won't be ended until you leave the maze. Oh, because you could still, whenever you kill things, you get more money for your kingdom. That's interesting. So if you play this well, you can actually come out better than when you initially came in. But then you died.
I died. The trap
See, that's-
fell under my feet. I learned a new sword move though.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I
Jared's
would.
the duelist.
It's interesting. It seems like when you go into there, you have to be ready to like move fast and fight everything successfully. That's interesting.
And it's interesting. So, looks like there's 111 cards that I've discovered, and there's probably at least 2,000. It looks like.
Yeah, geez, woo, that's a lot.
I've met 8 of 45 objectives, 3 of 29 deaths, and 18 of 38 characters.
Nice.
Interesting. All right, let's do it. William. Is that a blue pill reference? I think it is. I am not
Yeah.
red pilled. I am blue pilled.
Try the blue one.
And then govern like a winner. I don't know what that means.
David, you're already a winner in our hearts.
See, you've already gotten that. You've already accomplished.
The blackbird.
Burp.
He said to fear the blackbird. Do I fear him? I said no before. A giant is shaking the ground near Pavoli. Send your priests to help.
Sure. Why not?
Oh.
Ooh, Boarhat knows something.
Boarhat knows what's
A
up.
powerful magical force will create new futures for you. Yes. There's 3 secrets in this new universe. Carry on. It's interesting because, like, it's not just that, you know, it uses this medieval as, like, setting as, like, a background, but it is very obvious that there are some characters that, like, recognize that it is, that you're, like, playing the game, right? So, like, the Jester and the Witch, they're saying, like, there's 3 new things in your future, so they're basically telling you, like, hey, here's how you unlock more cards in your deck.
Sure, yeah,
You know?
and like
Yeah.
that tracks really well onto the archetypes of the fool and like the kind of Cassandra-esque seer, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like this all is very literary.
Mm-hmm.
The fatal party will not end well, but at least you'll die creatively.
Wow.
Should we go to the spring
Have a-
festival?
Yeah, you
Let's
should
do
go
it.
for a romp.
Your soldiers are bullying some priests in their congregation into paying money for their protection. Make them stop. I think I have to, because or else my church is like gonna die. You are too lax with them. Lower the taxes. There we go. It's interesting that lowering the taxes on the priests somehow made my army stronger.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe something's going on.
Maybe because the convents can pay the army's protection money now?
Maybe.
You're governing like a loser. Yeah, you gotta govern like a winner. What
What's
are
a
you
wiener?
doing?
I'm gonna say, excuse me? The best show you're buying. I like that festival. It's not bad.
Don't insult my festivals.
So Dark Ages, it's embarrassing. Wow, okay. So
Let's do
governing
that.
like a winner is letting the bard go and start a theater troupe. Oh my god.
I mean, you are a pretty winner if you lead to Shakespeare. So.
Yeah, you are a pretty winner if you lead to Shakespeare.
Okay. Hey, I governed like a winner.
Govern like a winner. Congratulations.
And I got some new cards.
The Spin Doctor. Ooh, you can do propaganda now.
Ooh.
What else is the theater for?
I have my PR. The estuary of the river drop is dangerous swamp for travelers. We should sanitize the whole area. Yes. Oh shoot, I should have paid attention to those prophecies. I'm gonna say must be a lizard.
On guard!
On guard. I like how it's like no need to be mean.
Fantastic.
I just love that you could on guard a dragon. Like, yeah.
I thought
Dragon's
with my
got
new move I learned I could have killed him, but no. The king is dead. William the Trump. No.
I can't believe that was actually a reference to that. That's fantastic.
I believe
Govern
that
like a winner.
I believe this was made in 2017, so
Well, that
it
tracks.
is, it's on brand. We should
Yeah,
build a
so-
library.
But I mean, it does open this kind of conversation about whether or not this is really critiquing feudalism, or if this is essentially just critiquing how little governing has changed since feudalism. You
Okay,
know?
so I pet the dog.
You're just going to hell now, looks like.
Yeah, well,
Time is gone. Space is insane. Here it comes. Here again. You feel your mouth closing as if you never had one.
okay, so it's Lovecraft now.
Good.
Maybe I'm like we'll be only able to do like one decision rather than choose.
Yep, it looks like
Rex
you
is
can
the
only-
devil.
Rex, no. Bad dog.
Oh!
Space is insane, man.
Centuries ago, you asked for eternal... Oh! So now we're getting the backstory. So centuries
Oh.
ago, you asked for eternal power in exchange for your soul.
By the way, can we talk about how your money, your like your total points or whatever on the side there is 666? Very funny.
Oh! Oh! That's the year. No wonder.
Oh.
No wonder. So, because I pet the dog on 666, this happened.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I didn't mention anything about immortality. Each of your deaths is enjoyable. But even more so is the choice I will now let you make. And see you again in 666 years.
So I guess like that is kind of Faustian, right? You make a choice, and then the devil gives you a certain amount of time to enjoy the benefits of making that choice, and then he will come for your soul and he will drag you down to hell.
Yep.
Now, what'll be interesting is if the game gives you the option to repent, just simply because that would be an interesting parallel to Marlowe's work.
So the next character I say yes to is going to die.
Good.
Should I kill the Archbishop?
Well, it would be a good way of reforming the religion, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it, asshole.
Divine justice.
Yep, there we go.
Horrifyingly torn and bloated.
Well, hey, your religion's at max, so I guess that worked out.
Yeah.
Look, he was asking for it.
All right, let's build some houses.
House and
Tuh!
floor.
Should I try the blue one?
Yeah, you should try the blue one. Are you kidding?
Ooh, the dazed. You suddenly feel very happy, then strange things start to happen. This game is going off the rails, and I love it.
Okay. Oh my god, this is just a cosmetic change to that's hilarious.
People want to watch you waking up and going to the bathroom. They will pay for the privilege.
Hey man, money's money.
Bunny.
I can't believe you did this. I don't know what that means. That I gave them hygiene? Your people are eating too much, they're fat and lazy. Well, I need the money, so... No. Yes.
Right, that's a choice.
I feel like part of this is like sometimes I get into a rhythm and like I just kind of want to go rather than like really think through every choice.
Well, how are you feeling about that swiping mechanic? You know, I feel like that's where that's coming from.
Yeah.
There's you hit a flow state with swiping and you're just like, Well, the only problem with that is that you get into a rhythm and then you miss something that you should have spent some time and thought about, you know?
Should I give Queen Laurentia more power? Yes. I did.
I did. I'm sure it won't come back to bite you when she eventually topples you.
Yeah.
What about a bit of fencing? I'm a good teacher. Let's bet a bit of money. Yeah, let's do it.
I like the combat in this game. It's rather interesting. It's all insults. Very interesting.
Ooh.
Go away or else I will insult you again. A second time.
Oh! I died.
Was it just practice or did you actually die?
I didn't actually die. It was just practice. Fencing depends on your choices. Attack is bright and explosive, while defense is cunning and deceitful.
Ah, I see. I see.
If you defend, you gain a chance to trigger a special move the following turn. Okay. Look at your opponents and we'll learn new thrusts and tricks that way. Should I try again? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oops, sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna defend. There we go.
Nice.
He's trying to flirt with me. He's showing me his butt right now.
Oh my god.
My breath is a better weapon than that toothpick of mine. Well, I'm doing the
Yeah.
tricky weasel.
This is also very Shakespearean in certain ways, you know? A duel with words. A duel with cunning as opposed to a duel with anything else.
Mmm. We're
Yeah,
now at a
this is-
standstill.
Mm.
Play defensive. That's what I would do.
Angry boar! Yeah!
All is fair in love and war. Yeah, that's yeah. The duel here is interesting because it really is playing off of those kind of tropes of those plays.
Should I open
Which I'm-
a couple of shops for charms and wares? Let's do it.
For charms and wares.
Guessing your money's gonna take a big hit with that curfew. Tut.
No.
Asshole.
No, Sir John.
Dog.
Ooh,
Oh, it's the
let's do it.
devil.
Let's do it. To a forgotten part of the dungeon. Should we explore more? I have more,
Yeah.
like, wherewithal this time around, so I'm gonna go. Let's do it.
Yes. So now if you fight, you know to.
I'll go on the fire door again. I'm gonna go on the air door. Should I kick the door? Nope.
Kick.
Okay.
Yeah, no luck in the arsenic door either. So.
All right. So. Let's do the silly taunt. um. Okay.
Mhm. Nice, nice. Yeah,
There we go.
good follow up. He's off balance. Nice.
Oh! I clicked
Oh.
the wrong thing. Okay.
Clicked the wrong thing. Huh.
I like this. I like this combat.
I like
a lot.
this too.
Honestly, if
This is fun.
If this whole game was just this swiping combat, I would be down to play this for a very long time. Nice. I like the sword beam. That's very funny. I know it's probably a knife or something, but it looks like a sword beam.
Okay. Earth door. Gold door.
Oh, it's alchemical. I just noticed.
I
that
found a
this
key.
This is all alchemy stuff. It's very interesting.
Oh no!
Why did you go in the arsenic door?
I thought the salt door had the trap, but apparently the arsenic door did.
Oh,
Oh.
it's very interesting.
Robert the Dazed. I think that was my longest reign so far.
How far? How long was it?
Like 23 years? Yeah, 23 years.
I think that's about what you had. I think someone else had like a 23-year reign.
Oh, yep. Harry had 23 years. That was a good reign. Luckily, I met the devil. Okay. So now I need to find the frozen blood, recruit the spy, and talk to the vase. Surge of epidemics. What about the doc? What should I do? Should I give her the money?
I think you say, what about the doctor?
No. Feed the people or feed the army? I'm gonna feed the people. Why not?
Feeding the army
yeah.
is a good idea. Might get bonked.
Huh.
'cause they're-
I feel like I should.
No.
Let's do now.
It's not a bad idea. I just, like, I was just interested into why they were to say that I suppose the joke there is, well, the doctor's kind of a quack.
Yeah. The hospital
Yeah.
will limit the consequence of epidemics and catastrophes. Hey.
Nice. Oh, hey.
General or no way? I'm gonna say no way. The merchants like to create a new guild and send their representative to the court.
Oh, so draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like this game a lot. I think it's got legs, and it's very elegant in its design. It is, I think, in some ways very hard to keep track of what's going on, and I think when every decision is, with the exception of dungeons and some loops, are as consequential as each other, there is a sense in like, oh, well, I have to keep track of everything, and also, everything is fleeting. And like that's cool. I think that creates a very interesting relationship with time with the player. But I do have to say, for this is a game I can see myself playing for 30 minutes at a time and then putting it down out of exhaustion.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I would want to have this on my phone, to be honest. But I could see why somebody would. It's very clearly got a mobile design in mind, and that's really interesting because it's also bucking a lot of the current paradigms of the mobile market. Not in its mechanics, but in its monetization.
Oh, yeah, I was like, ah.
Ooh, I'm gonna recruit the spy. Yeah, I believe it is available on the phone, I believe. I think you can get it on iOS and Android.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was designed for the phone first. I think it costs $5 up front, and then you're good to go. Maybe that's too much information. Oh, yeah, and hard sell. Yeah, of course this is. I think Tinder is the primary influence on this game in terms of its design.
See, and so my
army's away.
The army got all the way up, so they took it over.
Oh, really? Wow, that's interesting. So not only do you have to worry about running out of certain categories, but you have to worry about going too much into certain categories.
Yep.
So it's not, those aren't meters where like, oh, I need to be worried about, having a certain amount. It's I have to be worried about managing the values of each one of those categories. I bet if the peasants get too high, they co-opt you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Probably like democracy.
Yeah.
Democracy.
I got a minstrel. I got a minstrel. Thomas Brandon.
Nice. He seems like a nice young man.
Thomas Brandon. Yeah, this is really interesting. Everything's. I mean, that's good because it means everything's kind of constantly shifting.
My Justice Cedric told me I'm a serial killer. I'm gonna say, so what?
The dissatisfied executioner is very funny.
I could be the doctor. I'm looking for a simple way to test exotic poisons. Let's do it.
They're gonna die anyway.
Oh, everyone died.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
Look at my toe, that gangrene.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so William the Patron died in 4 years. I think that is my shortest reign as of now. But it's fun. It's fun sometimes to just do the shortest path.
Oh yeah, I mean, like the nice thing is that failure in this game is narrativized in a way that makes it very fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, this just seems exhausting, and I'm not even the one playing it. I feel like I could play Hades forever. Like if I had to pick a game that I was like, oh man, yeah, I could play this forever, I wouldn't necessarily pick Hades, but if it was like, it'd be something I'd consider. This is a recursive game that like I don't think I could. I think I'd get very tired of gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm meeting the Clumsy Prophet.
Bullen by the stairs. He'll fall down.
Arnold of Alamein.
Well, we are coming up on time here.
Yeah.
I'm not overexerting myself. I just mean that there's a lot. As I was saying earlier, there's a lot of information coming at you at any given point in time.
It definitely seems like you're kind of one of the gamers that is like, I have to keep track of all these things.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I want to know where things are.
Yeah, for me, I would just be like rolling with it, and if something went wrong, I'd be like, yeah, because that guy said that thing. Oh, that's kind of neat. I'm very much like a chill sort of person. I like puzzles. So this game's kind of interesting to kind of see where things fit together.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I feel like at some point I am the kind of like player that would make a wiki that's like, oh, here are all the maps of all the choices and trying to deconstruct it. But that's that amazing that's that ARG brain, right?
yeah.
Should I learn a way to tempt fate?
Yes.
Let's do it. You will never lose again at the Red Dwarf.
Wasn't that neat?
I think yeah. Do we dismember Boarhat Loose Tongue? Please, this clown broke down a trebuchet.
No, he's fantastic.
No,
Boarhat
we're
lives
keeping
forever.
him.
Yeah.
I was playing Tennis with a Giant and I won. Pay the army. We have reports of a dragon spreading destruction in the mountains. Oh! A pagan mob murdered me. Oh, those pagans. What can you do? Okay, so it is 12:58. This was very fun. I really enjoyed this game, and I'm glad I started playing it again.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. This was a lot of fun, and it's really cheap. And there's different versions of Reigns available basically everywhere. So go check it out and give them some money and play the game. Yeah. All right. We will talk with y'all later.
Bye.
See ya.